So my idea worth spreading is that by understanding our brain's preset, we can work to rewire our brain to break free from previous patterns of failure. And that way we're able to create consistent, sustainable success in all areas of our life. During COVID, this was something I really struggled with. Just my presets, really, the wiring in my brain. And the more I spoke to people, the more I realized that this was like an ongoing, almost epidemic, almost really, and a lot of people that I was surrounded with. And so I felt like that message and everything that I've worked so hard to discover and explore, whether it be from my educational background or my personal life, was something that needed to be spoken about. And the TEDx stage is exactly the place to do that. It is one of the largest stages, if not the largest speaking stage, where people go to learn. That's where I go to learn. So I felt that was something that really needed to make its way there. I had been looking for coaches because I believe wholeheartedly that coaches need coaches. So in my speaking journey, I tried to do it alone, and I'm really good at talking, but I'm not really good at finding the right people to talk to. So I had been looking for coaches, and I've looked and interviewed with several other programs that kind of do a similar thing that Thought Leader does. But when I interviewed with Thought Leader, it just felt very natural. The coaches felt very passionate, very knowledgeable. And what really helped was a lot of the coaches had either done this same path or are currently doing it. So it wasn't someone who was just do as we say and not as we do, but it's literally practice what we preach. The coaches are all super nice, super straightforward. Like, they don't sugarcoat anything. I sit there and I'm like, okay, I have a great idea. And they'll be like, yeah, you're good, but like, let's butcher it, but all for the good reasons, which is something exactly what I need. And I feel like with a lot of coaching, I fear that people kind of like to sugarcoat things and just want their clients to be happy. And if that means that they're saying good job all the time, that's what they're going to do. But with Thought Leader, that's definitely not it. They've been guiding every single step on like actually how to do a good job, how to get where they have gotten. And it's been awesome. I actually think it's quite ironic because my biggest challenge is exactly what I'm trying to get on stage to talk about. It's the internal thoughts, like I've done so well about working to rewire my brain and other aspects of life and gain consistency there. But still, whenever it's like your biggest dream, it's also your biggest fear. So having to battle those thoughts at the same time is very conflicting. But I'm actually very much leaning into that. It's actually been one of my favorite things because I'm like, this is yet another thing. In fact, this is probably the biggest life experience that I can then use as a testimony that everything I'm talking about is real and it works. So it's kind of got two sides, and it's a tug of war for sure. I can't say I've mastered it, but I can definitely see and appreciate the growth that will come out of overcoming this challenge. Just want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody. Everyone's been so good about following up. I know you guys have such a large and growing cohort. And something that makes Thought Leader feel so unique to me is like coaches are always reaching out. There's always someone in my inbox checking in. And I think sometimes I like to hide in the dark, but the like active reach out really forces me to get pulled back out. And I appreciate that more than you guys possibly know. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. So thank you.